So let's continue with our local search project. So till now, what we have is we have a results object, we have results activity, downloader which actually downloads all the items, converts into result objects and passes it back to my now where the place where we stopped was we want to create a adapter. So I'm going to call it results adapter. I'm going to call it the name adapter. New results. Of course, it's not there, so it will not show up. Adapter, and I'll pass context, and I'll pass the array that I have to it. Once I have it, just gonna set it as adapter for this guy. So this array doesn't exist. I mean, this class doesn't exist. So let's create this class. So I have my results adapter. I'm just gonna say this extends array adapter. Make this subclass of array adapter. You probably have to add a constructor, and let's add one constructor for now, and I'm going to modify it anyway. So I need a array list of results. We call it uh, results, and then I also need the context for drawing the actual view of the object. So that's, let's create a context, and then what else do I need? I have my results adapter which takes the context and also takes, let's say, results array, and here context, let's call it r dot layout dot. I want to create a custom layout file, so I'm going to just call it single row for now, and then create that row, then say results to pass to let it know how many objects that I have. Once I have this, I can also say this dot results equal to results, and then this dot context equal to context. So I have that set up. Now let's go ahead and fix this problem where I have to create a single row object. So that means I'll have to go inside layout, right click, new layout resource file, and call it single row. Start with the linear layout, that's perfect, and it's vertical. I'm also gonna give it a padding of around, let's say, 20 dp, and inside this I'm going to add 4 text views. Let's go ahead and add 4 text views. One, a big one for the title, so I'm going to say large text for the title. Then I need one for the address, so I'm going to use a, maybe I should just use small for the rest of them. So one address, then I have phone, add one for the phone, and then one for the distance. So just to see how does it look like, I'm going to just say title, address, and I don't forget phone 234567890, like this, and distance 1.21 miles, something like that. So this is how my one single row will look like. So that takes care of single row. I'm just going to close it, go back to my results activity, or was it adapter, results adapter. So this is working perfectly fine now. There's no problem that I see here, except for I'll have to create let's say, first of all, I'll have to create a view holder, because I need to use the view holder pattern that we learned in list views. So I'm going to create a view holder. I'm going to call it results view holder, and to this view holder I'm going to create text view. So the 4 items that I've added: my title, second one was my address, my phone, and my distance. So that takes care of that class, and other than that I'll also have to create a results a constructor results view holder, and someone will pass a view to it which it's going to hold, and I'll have to add all these objects here and say view dot find view by id r dot id dot. I don't think I gave proper names to those single row objects, so let's go back and give them proper names. So I'm going to say title field, address field, phone field, and the last was distance field. Now go back here, r dot id dot title field, that's the first one. Now I can just copy paste this same thing across the row. Just make sure that I don't define it again. Okay, the second one was called address field, phone field, and distance distance field. So I have my view holder ready. Next thing that I need is the get view method, which will actually draw my view. I'll get rid of this. Now I need the views, so I'm going to use the convert view just because I want to recycle through the views. Then I'll get a results view holder object. I'm going to call it holder and initially set it to null. Now first of all, I'll check if row equal to null. That means that was there any convert view. If not, I'll have to go out and then use the layout inflator and say context dot get system service. The service that I need is context dot layout inflator service. So I have this service. Let's cast this. Once I have the inflator, I can use the inflator not the view dot inflator to inflate the layout file, and then who's the parent and who's no attached to root, so false. Once I have it, I'm gonna assign it to the holder class, new results view holder, and pass it the row. Once I have that, I can just set the tag just have we did in our our class for list views. So again, else if I have one already, so why should I create one? So row dot get tag cast. So this will give me my holder object and once I have my holder object, I can select the result that I have. Now I have to display this out. Results dot get at the particular position. So this will give me my result position, and then I can just say holder dot my title dot set text to result dot was it title? Yep, it's title. Same thing, I'm going to do it 4 times for 4 different guys. My address, my phone, my distance. So that takes care of that. Here I'll just say distance plus result dot distance plus miles, just to make it look good. Next thing, phone, same thing. Let's call it phone plus address. I don't need to because it's pretty long, so I'll just say address plus comma plus result dot city plus comma, I'm not missing anything, plus result dot state. So this should display my view properly. Make sure there's no errors. Let's see what is the error that I'm getting. Run this, so it actually tells me where exactly the error is. Missing statement. Oh, I have not returned back the row that I have here. So at the end of it, I'm just going to say return the row that I have. Perfect. Let's run this. Let's see if it displays me a bunch of results with data from whatever. I think everything is there. Let's say I'm looking for food in my current location. Search. Okay, I guess I had some problem here. It says that it was not able to get. So if you see here, query object, I got the JSON object, query object, results object, so I have to make sure I am writing my code properly. Let's try one more time. Let's run it. Food, current location, search, and there you go. All the locations and the information. If I want to change it to 22202, search will show me all the locations in Arlington. If I want to change it to somewhere in New York, search, have food locations in there. The next thing that I want to do is when I click on a particular app item, it needs to go to the next activity, which is, what do I call it, the details activity. Should go to details activity and display the business URL or the URL that we have in a web view and a map in there. So that's a little bit of work, so I'm just going to go inside the results or details class. Let me close the other items, single row, results activity, close pretty much everything. I'll just open based on what is needed. In here, let me use a linear layout. Use the orientation to vertical. Oops, not verticals. I'm gonna get rid of these padding, and then inside this, for now, because if I want to add maps, I'll have to do a lot of things. So first, just to make it work, I'm going to display a web view. Let's see where exactly is web view. Right here. Add the web view. Make sure it's full screen. Now this is inside my results active or detail activity. So I'm gonna create, oops, web view, uh, web view, web view. Find view by id, r dot id dot web view. I have my web view. Perfect. Now let's get the detail from my previous control. So I need results. I need to pass it from details not detail activity. Detail activity is detail activity should be there from my results activity. So on results activity, every time someone clicks on the list view, so that means list view on or set on item click listener. I can just say this. So my results activity implements on click. Once I have this, what I'm going to do is which depending on which one is pressed, I'll have to create an intent. And how do I get the object here? So to get the object, let's get all the array list of results. Results, and this one I'll probably get it from results equal to new array list results, results equal to results array. So that's my entire item. So this results I can get here. I can just say result equal to results dot get. Oops, I think I got the dot get. Strange, it's not getting my results array list. So because results equal to get index of position, whichever user clicked. Then I'll create an intent equal to new intent, and I'll pass the class, and the class name is detail activity dot class. So this is what I want to pass, and then I can just say start activity intent. Now I have to pass the entire result object and not just a particular string of it. So if I have to pass the entire object, as I mentioned, I'll have to convert it into a parcelable object. So that means I'll have to go inside my result and say extends or implements parcelable. Once I do that, as I mentioned, I'll have to implement some methods, but there's an easier method than doing this. This is someone actually created a website, and this website is called parcelabler. If you just google it, parcelabler, and paste your object here and say build, it will build for all the different fields and then give you back your entire class, and it will add, let me show you what all does it add. It says implements parcelable. Then here, if you see, it parcels them in all the objects. It also goes inside describe contents is important, so you don't have to specify anything here. Write to parcel, it will write to this particular destination parcel all the objects that I have, so flatten it out, and whoever wants to use it can use it using the parcelable creator object and then get the objects out. So if you see, this is so much easier than going and writing all these objects yourself. So that's a pretty good website, parcellabeler.com, so remember that. Now once I'm here, I need to get, first of all, let's pass the object. Now that I have it, intent dot put extra, I will have to put the name, so I'm going to say result, and then the parcelable object, which is my result. Since it's parcelable, it will be taking in as the input because put extra has the parcelable value, so that's perfect. If I want to fetch that here, I have to say result equal to get intent dot get parcelable extra, and the extra is result. That's what I called it, I guess. So let's see, yeah, result. So the key can use it and I can get the entire object here. Once I have the entire object, all I can do is webview dot load URL, and I can get the URL from result dot business URL. So let's run this. Guess I added all the items that I need, but just in case, run this and see if it works. So it's running. I'll say food, current location, search, my location, click on this. I should have a website displayed here. Perfect. That's awesome. I can go back. Now more for the map edition. Now if I want to add a map, first of all, I have Google Play services, everything that I need already added, so I don't need to, because Google Play services we added for inside the Gradle build when we were doing services, so that's added to the part of the project. Now I'll have to add a Google map inside here. So to add a map, first of all, let's go to the detail and click on fragment. The fragment that I want is the map fragment. Click on that. Okay, just add it on the top. We give a weight of 1 to this and give a weight of 2 to this, so it displays, I should say match parent, so it takes as much. Okay, fragment, guess I 2 and 1, so okay, so 2 is to 1. So my map fragment is on the top and my web view is at the bottom. Now map fragment, to make this map fragment work, I need a bunch of things that we explained in the previous class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, okay, before that, let's create this new project inside the developer console, and let's call it, what should I call it, YQL app create. It will take some few seconds to create it. Once I have that, I should see it displayed here. There you go, YQL app. I can go inside the dashboard, enable and manage APIs. Google Maps API is what I want. Enable this API, and then it will ask me to create the keys. So I'm going to go credentials, Google Maps for Android, add new fingerprint. Name of the package was, let's look at the name of the package. This is the name of the package, and SHA1 is, again I'll have to open terminal, cd.android, and then just say this entire thing space, and my key store is debug dot key store. So I do this, I get my SHA1 key, add this here, create API key, and this is my API key. I'm going to take this, done, and save it as a meta tag inside here. So that's what I'm going to do. But before that, let's take a break and then we'll come back and then do the rest of the stuff for Google Maps.